Hello and welcome to another episode of Rose Guns Days. Um, it feels like I was just here yesterday, and well, it wasn't, but it was 2 days ago when I was recording the previous episode again because of an oopsie that I did. So yeah, in reality, it has actually been a really long time since the last stream. It was last year. So hi, hello, welcome. I hope you all had a good past couple of weeks at this point. Jeez, almost a month. I hope that was good. Happy New Year, and I hope 2024 is going to be good. I'm sure it will be fine. Yeah. Whew. Okay. I'm a little I won't say stressed out because that is not correct. However, I got home like an hour ago-ish. And then that time I had to make dinner, eat. So I'm a little rushed, I guess is the right word. But we're good, we're alright. I can just get going. Yeah, just a little. Totally on time though, and everything's sorted. I even named the episode the correct thing this time. Which I've been occasionally forgetting recently, so hey, progress. Hell yeah. Love that for me. Because it sure as hell is difficult to check if you've missed saving an episode if they're not named correctly. I learned that the hard way. But yeah, no, we're here, we're good. I'm ready to start. Let's see. Content warning, that's how we roll. Yeah. Content warning. It would be a lot of backtracking, yeah. It was a lot of backtracking, having to do all that over again, but because of the save games it was easy, thankfully. That helped me narrow it down a bit. Alright, content warning for Rose Guns Days is, this is a story that contains violence and gun violence, racism, sexual content, including references to assault, misogyny, alcohol abuse, characters dealing with trauma, depression, and other mental issues. I have not read the story before, so I don't know what is going to happen in the story, so I cannot give more detailed warnings, but on every YouTube VOD, I do give more detailed warnings because those I put up after we're done with the episode, like streaming it. So if you need more details, go there. If there's anything in the description, if there's a need for it, I will add more details to the description. Alright. With that said, what happened last time, which, again, I remember it like it was almost yesterday, because it was 2 days ago. The 4 kids that we've been following recently, story-wise, not, I don't know why I felt the need to clarify that, but I did. The 4 kids that the story has been following, had recently broken into a warehouse from which a backdoor employment agency was run, which is has the potential to cause big time trouble between the Golden Dragon Society, which is Meiji's faction, yeah. I keep thinking I forget his name, but I don't. It's weird. Anyway, it has the potential to cause strife between him and his people and the Primavera crew. And the 4 kids managed to, in fact, find evidence that this is what's going on, and that forces Rose to make a move, and basically say, hey, we are starting the union, we're doing it officially, there's a press and everything, we're kicking this plan into motion, and she ends up apologizing to Meiji, who says, you know what, I'm okay with this. I understand why you did what you did. And the reason this all went haywire is because my bosses and they suck, so you do you, you know? It was very nice and very pleasant, and also kind of low-key implied that we're never gonna see him again. Or that he might end up dead. So, I'm worried about, you know, I'm worried for him. At the same time, as a result of them finding this evidence, the 4 kids are rewarded by Wayne and by Richard. Richard gives them money, because he's Richard. And Wayne, I won't say promotes, but like, it's like a sideways promotion, right? Where you get it's the same kind of level, but it's a different sort of position at your work. Because now they're no longer... What was it? Was it no, it wasn't lone wolves. They're no longer wild dogs. No, they are wandering dogs. Which means they kind of they work directly under him, essentially. And they also have a weird kind of freedom, where as long as they clear it with Wayne, they can do what they need to help Primavera out. They're essentially going to serve as his eyes and ears. And his nose, he keeps saying that, but... Sure, Wayne. Because, you know, wolves, good sense of smell. The animal motif, yeah. We all know how that works. So the kids are ecstatic, of course. Zell, however, not quite content just yet. She also tells Wayne, you know, these kids are great, and they're not dropouts or any of the mean things that the adults have been telling them. They're doing their best. Which Wayne actually sort of apologizes for making them feel that way. Mostly through his own inaction, you know? And just letting his goons do whatever the fuck they want and verbally abusing children, but... He sort of apologizes, so that's good, I guess. I'm actually kind of bitter about it. It's like, he could have done something. He's like, oh, I didn't know, but he was in the room when it happened, so, I'm not sure I buy that. Anyway, it doesn't matter, he's Wayne. He's gonna do Wayne things. But he did say sorry, so hey. Small victories. I went on a tangent, and now I can't remember the sentence I started with. You say that like you think that Wayne is going to obtain dad vibes, sorry. I did not enjoy saying that sentence, so I had to edit that a little bit. I don't think Wayne has it in him, I'll be honest. But maybe, you know, maybe that'll be like a character arc for him. I doubt it. I hope not. I don't know. He's gonna have to do a lot of work until he can be responsible for children, honestly. Even if they're already teenagers. Especially if they're already teenagers, I mean, that's a whole different kind of parenting, you know? Or being a guardian loving. We do know that he gets old. That's true. I guess we don't know either way, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, so Zell basically tells him off for treating the kids badly, for being neglectful. And he apologizes. And the reason I bring that up is Zell isn't done yet. She's been helping this little crew out with bonding together, working together, learning to appreciate their own skills and improve them. That's not all. Because when she goes to give Meryl her camera back, she also puts in a request with Richard and with Rose, asking essentially for a big job. And they have one. That big job is to be part of Rose's, it's not commute. What's the word? I read it 2 days ago, so I should know this. Yeah, her security detail when she takes a trip to Chiba to go talk with Satoshi, I think it was. Am I wrong about that? I might be extremely wrong about that. Anyway, the big dude in charge of soy sauce. To try and improve, to basically make soy sauce more accessible for the people in Tokyo, so that they can, you know, work on food, they could call it food culture. So to basically bring Japanese food back, because, you know, they can't get the ingredients they need to make Japanese food anymore. So she wants to fix that. And the kids are invited to basically join the security detail to keep an eye out for anything suspicious, to help as a kind of backup to the guards. Because Rose also obviously has her own guards, and they're professionals, and the kids are not that, but it's as a kind of backup. And also because they're kids, they don't look very suspicious. They don't look very noticeable. So, you know, they can blend in better. And, they go on this trip. We are, casually informed that there are assassins looking to kill Rose on this trip. Because, hey, she's away from all of her guards now. It'll be easier than it normally would be. And, we don't know who sent these assassins, but they're there. And then Rose, doesn't decide, like, this is planned, but she stops at a restaurant along the way. So they're not in Chiba yet. This is just a detour of sorts. She goes into a Western-style restaurant, talks to a bartender. Bartender leaves, and a different bartender comes back. And he's a very familiar face to us. And that's where we left off. See, I have two save games now on the exact same line. Because, yeah, I forgot to save the VOD. But here he is. Second bartender. The Boy King has returned. You're right. Boy King no longer. And, I actually really hope that he gets a redemption arc. That would make me so happy. As we've established, I really liked this character for a long time, and then he turned out to absolutely suck. So if he, you know, unsucks himself, then I'll be very happy. That came out really weird, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. That is not what I said, Cat. That is not what I said. No, that's... I said unsuck. That's the opposite. Yeah. Still, I get why you... Yeah. No, that definitely came out wrong. Anyway. Startled, Oliver and Charles also stare at the man behind the counter. The man facing Madame Rose across the counter was, without a doubt, the man who had controlled the City 23 underworld during 1947. When the songstress finished singing, she stepped down from the stage to great applause and approached Madame Rose. No way! No way. Sorry, I just realized that who that might be. She hadn't been able to see earlier because of the darkness, but Nina remembered the face of that singer too. Yup.
Madam Amanda. She's alive.
In City 23, everyone thought that Caleb and Amanda had both lost their lives during the gun battle on that legendary night. Since no one denied it and everyone assumed it was true, it had become the generally accepted opinion. Amanda confirmed. Honestly, since we never even saw her get hurt in any way, really, I don't think. I figured she might be alive, right? And I mean, we've been waiting for her to show up somewhere for a long time, but I didn't really think it'd be here. The real question at this point is, where's Miguel? Because if Caleb didn't die, you know. Now there's the real question. Is she still third wheeling it? Or is she the second wheel now? You're right. The third real question is, what did she sound like? I do not remember. I think it was like Beatrice minus the sass. This is how it works in my head. I try to sound like other things, and whether I succeed or not, but it helps my brain, right? It helps me remember. Like, I'm no voice actor, so I can't really imitate it for realsies, but it helps me distinguish the voices.
It's been a long time since we last met.
Wow, that last word just did not come out.
Since we last met.
There we go.
Have you been doing well? I've been great, thanks. I've been so busy. There isn't even time to sleep.
Another voice I kind of forgot. I imagine so. I've heard the rumors. Our fight didn't end that night. What does that mean?
That night, I inherited your position, and I started working the next morning.
You can make my ideals come true better than I can. I only let you win because I felt like it. Don't you get the wrong idea. If we'd gone at each other full force, I wouldn't have lost.
Yes, I know that well. He certainly likes to think that way, but you won on terms of dignity. Also, congratulations on constructing the City 23 Union. Thank you very much. But of course, we've only just begun. If you want to solidify your position, you'll need to make your base of support really feel that you're benefiting them.
It's just like war. Unless you concentrate your forces and move forward, you can't influence the battlefront.
I understand. Ultimately, I want to save all of our countrymen. But to do that, I've got to start by saving our countrymen in City 23. It must have hurt your heart to cut off our countrymen in other cities.
Some people must have said some pretty heartless things, too. They're so nice to her. I love this. They're so nice. I wish I could do this to every person who's, like, mean to me. Or, like, that I have a rivalry with. Just be in a big gunfight. Everyone lives, but then they're nice to you afterwards. Because they realize that you had a valid point the whole time. I love that. There's not a lot of media where things go that way, you know? I don't know, it's refreshing, I like it.
I understand. However, it's my role to be hurt by things like that. It's the role of Primavera's madam to stand at the brunt and get hurt before everyone else.
Caleb and Amanda exchanged glances and smiled. Even after that day, Rose had remained in contact with these two. In particular, Amanda called Rose every day with lectures on leading people and empire building. Which she wasn't particularly good at herself, I don't think, but okay.
What's going on? Aren't they enemies? It definitely doesn't feel like anything that serious. Well, Madame Rose is a charitable person, after all. I'll bet she forgave them in secret.
Can't imagine that ferocious leader, Father Caleb, giving up and retiring.
It definitely doesn't feel like he was defeated by Madame Rose and gave up.
Caleb and Amanda smiled at each other as they exchanged words with Rose. Could people who had been killing each other all over City 23 really smile together so peacefully?
It's probably beyond what we can imagine, but by communicating with each other in their own way, they probably found a belief or something that they could agree on. I'm sure that's it.
Unlike Rose, Wayne didn't seem to trust those two at all. Seeing this, Amanda told him it was okay to calm down, so he sulked and looked away like a little kid. Still, even that felt like a scene between two friends fighting. Wayne had told them not to tell anyone about this, but
I doubt anyone would believe us. Seriously, imagine Father Caleb alive and sharing a drink with Madame Rose.
even in Shoji, pieces you take can join your side. He's probably a man too valuable to kill.
That's not it. Like Wayne-san said, let's forget about it. About everything today. What's happening here has nothing to do with Primavera. It's a private matter for Madame Rose.
They all nodded. Yeah, I love that. That's great. They're all just pals now because they're, you know, they went through a lot of stuff together in a weird way and resolved things without murdering each other, I guess. Yeah, alright. I like it. Yeah, they can afford to be nice, but I think they also genuinely appreciate Rose. And Rose already liked them, really. Like, she never wanted to fight them. So she just kind of won them over, really. And that's great. And then they kind of... Because Keireiji and Amanda backed down, I guess, they can be friends. Because if they kept pushing and trying to force the whole Caleb family, right, this would never have happened, but I don't know, they saw sense and they backed away and now they can all get along. Yeah. It's very wholesome. And I did not expect for the story to go that way with this particular storyline, so that's nice. That's also a good point. Yeah. They did try to bomb the business and storm the place, and there was some kidnapping and some more kidnapping and some more kidnapping and some threats of violence and some actual violence, and yeah, she just forgave all of that. I would not have been that forgiving, I don't think. I don't know how. Yeah, yeah. It would be hard not to hold a grudge. Yeah. And still, she managed. So that's impressive, really. No wonder everybody likes her. For a while, Madame Rose shared a drink with those comrades who had raced across the City 23 underworld for the sake of their countrymen. Surely, he was the hidden big shot who was working as an intermediary between the Satomi Alliance and Primavera. I was wrong about what I said earlier. It was the Satomi Alliance who are doing the what, Sam? How are you going to continue that sentence? They're the ones in charge of trade in soy sauce. But what my brain was trying to say was they are doing the soy sauce, which is not a complete sentence. I just ran out of words with... I couldn't think of the right ones. Anyway. Still, soy sauce. Okay, fine. What a womanly, amusing idea. True enough. If that city smelled like soy sauce, it'd be a bit easier to remember which country we're in. As you know, soy sauce production Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Let's start that over. As you know, soy sauce production facilities across Japan were wiped out in the Great Disaster. Food support from America and China swallowed Japan up long before we could rebuild our production and distribution networks. Yeah, as everybody in this group knows, this is what happened. It became impossible for businesses to sell soy sauce. Satomi Yoshikage is the one who changed that. He saw the sudden drop in production as an opportunity. He turned it into a luxury item, targeted at certain groups of rich people instead of the common man. These are the times we live in. There aren't many, but there are still several Japanese people who've earned money like crazy and become rich. To people like that, it tastes like mom's cooking, something precious enough to be worth piling up stacks of money for. That's right. It's the taste of mom's cooking. However, that's because their mother's homemade food tasted like soy sauce. If we leave things like this, then 20 years, it won't be long before mom's cooking tastes like hamburgers. Food is also a type of culture. If we lose our culture, we'll lose our sense of being fellow countrymen. And the Japanese will truly be destroyed. We have to put soy sauce back into the hands of the common man. You don't really feel it in Tokyo, controlled by those occupying forces foreigners. But in the countryside, there's a lot of Japanese puppet bureaucrats. They're making it big on various suspicious businesses that would put those corrupt American officers to shame. That new nobility has been the target of Satomi's newly established luxury distribution of soy sauce. By now, The soy sauce business is a huge source of income for the Satomi Alliance. I doubt that old man will be willing to let go of it so easily.
However, I could feel it when I was talking with Satomi-san on the phone. He's also mourning the current state of Japan. He thinks the age where the scent of soy sauce and miso drifted across the evening streets is something we must not lose.
You mean that supervillain Satomi? I find that a bit hard to believe. I talk about you with him a lot. I'm sure he'll at least listen to you. After all, he's a greedy old man. He's been eyeing City 23 all the time, ever since my era. If you dangle a deal with City 23 in front of him, you'll probably get his mouth watering.
I wish you luck. Thanks for relying on us. Wayne, please continue to look after Rose. I don't need you to tell me that.
You've gotten dignified, kid. I'll bet you wish Leo could see you now, huh?
You call this...
Caleb. You call this dignified? Look at the man. Look at the man.
He looks like he fell backwards into a secondhand clothing store and just walked out with whatever stuck to him, you know?
You're right, Caleb has no fashion sense. You're right. At least I'm assuming you're being sarcastic. If you're not, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Okay, good. Dignified is not the word. He might be just kidding. Probably just kidding, but... Yeah, the Boy King outfit does not really inspire confidence in that sense. Anyway.
Shut up. I'll surpass him.
At that moment, the doorbell rang, announcing the arrival of another guest. I thought they were in a bar, no a restaurant. Any tailor would send you away if you asked for that. There's no tailor in the world who would do that. A group of several clearly disreputable men entered. No. What? Oh. In particular, the outfit of the man in front was crazy enough that you'd never forget it after seeing it once. For a second there, I thought it would be Crazy Alfred. However, my money currently is on Miguel. And the reason I'm stopping here to say that is because he's probably going to appear in the next, like the second I scroll. And then no one will know I called it. Even though it's like super easy to call. Yeah. So. I did a very quiet cheer, and I actually did that so aggressively that it broke my tracking for a second. I don't know why, but I've gotten really attached to Miguel, even though he sucks. He sucks so much. But I still like him, and I don't know why. But I'm glad he didn't die. Even though he sucks. It's Miguel.
Who? Caleb's right-hand man. It said he once fought Aniki Wayne one-on-one. So, even he's alive. I always thought that wouldn't be enough to kill you. I could never get killed by someone like you. I'm up for a rematch whenever you like. Very nice. Guess I'll ask you when a chance presents your... What? Guess I'll ask you when a chance presents itself. I'm just gonna correct the translation there, because that makes no sense.
Right now, Miguel's in the care of President Satomi. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I got excited. I guess Amanda's still third wheeling it. Congrats. Oh, I love this story. I should just read the line instead of, you know, fanboying, but here we are. Sometimes the fanboying I can't control it. With everything we've seen from Caleb so far, I would never have guessed that he would at any point say this particular sentence. If you told me that that's the line he said, I would not have believed you. And here we are so blessed. Isn't that just beautiful? Right? Yeah, not openly with like a crowd of people around him. Holy shit. The second I scroll, the context is going to change anything. Like, I'm sure he's gonna follow that up with like, oh, he's super useful or something, right? To kind of downplay it, but let me dream. What would the inflection even be on this? Anyway. He's my little treasure. A man who'd make a name for himself wherever he goes. Oh! Okay, I was wrong. Oh. Here comes the context, damn.
But of course, I'm Father Caleb's best killer, after all. No one in this laid-back countryside could give me a run for my money.
Chiba had maintained a temporary peace under the firm control of the Satomi Alliance. However, peace in the criminal underworld can't be preserved by anything except strength. To the Satomi Alliance, this brutal man must have been a lucky find. In exchange for Miguel's service, they were willing to silently acknowledge Caleb's presence in Chiba. Or at least, they might have had a deal like that.
Want a drink? I'll pass. I'm on the job right now. As President Satomi's messenger, I've come to escort you, Madam Rose. It's been a long time, Miguel-san. It's like you're a completely different person. I feel the same way. I believe I'm a completely different person from the one I was when I met you. At this rate, it looks like we'd better not underestimate Primavera.
Take care of her, Miguel. And give my regards to old man Satomi.
Yes, Kayla. Come along, Madam Rose.
Let's go, you four.
Oh? You brought your subordinates. You're pretty important now, aren't you? Hey, kitty. You're pretty young. Just how old are you?
Actually, I too would like to know this. I too would like to know this, but maybe don't answer the creepy man. He wore a mildly mocking smile.
But he had a killing intent so sharp that just looking at him felt like it would puncture your eyes. His knife was even sharper, and the terrifying legends of all Caleb... What? And the terrifying legends of all of Caleb's enemies he had cut with it still remained in the criminal underworld. Oh, did that tick you off? Or were you just scared? You're so much like Wayne used to be. How can he laugh with such a cold gaze? Are those what a hired killer's eyes look like? Better not look at him. He'd take you down. Damn it. Treating me like a brat. Looks like even you can tell who not to pick a fight with. He had me scared. Damn it. It's just a bad matchup. We aren't even close to his level. We aren't even close to his level, you know. It sounds like he's pouting. Zell firmly clapped Oliver on the shoulder. Nice job hanging in there. You did great, Oliver. Knowing not to pick pointless fights. That's a good trick for keeping your fortune from going down. Even I know he's not a person I can afford to pick a fight with. Yeah, totally. If we suddenly wiped the floor with our negotiation partner's messenger, they'd never let us live it down. Oh. First move. Nina drops that cup, and the smashing noise makes him turn his head. Second move. Charles catches him off his guard. Third move. Oliver lays down his finishing strike. Fourth move. I make Oliver stop within a hair's breadth of hitting him and say this. Don't underestimate the wandering dogs. Just like that. We'd mess up everything if we did that now. Okay, let's go. Zell kinda scary? Zell kinda scary, though. What the fuck? She's... okay. Zell laughed easily, and followed after Wayne and the other guards. After hearing something so insane escape her lips, the other three could only stare, open-mouthed. That girl says some crazy stuff sometimes, right, guys? Like we could ever instantly take out that killer Miguel. Damn it. Even though we were totally terrified by that killer, Zell wasn't fazed at all. She believed in our strength, as if we had a chance of beating that man if we joined together. She really is crazy, that's for sure. Let's go, wandering dogs. Don't slow Zell down. Yeah. Miguel's group had a car waiting outside. They would probably lead the way for us. Thanks for your assistance. Okay, let's go. Don't you go getting lost, okay? Make sure you don't let your guards down, you all. Yes, sir. I'm getting all tense. Don't get scared, fool. Once people underestimate you, it's all over.
Even if you say that, it's still tense. Aren't you scared, Zell?
It isn't nice to get scared of someone you haven't even met for no reason.
Zell, your guts are the real thing.
The line of cars started moving, with Miguel's at the head. And as for the pursuers, who watched quietly from the shadows. So, they met up with the Satomi Alliance. We should have jumped in instead of sitting here wetting ourselves. Don't be hasty. We just have to stay calm, watch, and wait for them to come back. We know how many guards they have, and we know Madame Rose is with them. We won't let her get back to Tokyo. We'll put an end to her in Chiba. The men disappeared into the shadows. Nothing remained except their trampled cigarette butts. I know who this is. However, they didn't notice that a small shadow was stealthily watching them. I knew it. There's gonna be a fight. Yes. There's gonna be a fight. For sure. With this specific cast, it's gonna... all hell is going to break loose. So I'm actually really worried now. I don't think this is gonna go so good. Okay, so the word I was looking for earlier when I wanted to say commute, it was convoy. Which, definitely not the same thing, but it starts with the same letter, so may as well be the same word, right? Rose's procession followed Miguel's car, which raced down a highway with a view of the beach. They could see a fishing port lined with countless fishing boats. It was a scene that told them, without doubt, that they were in Japan. Even if it's too late for Tokyo, maybe it's still possible to protect this scene from our homeland, at least in the countryside. No one said it out loud. They seemed to be quietly thinking about the future of their homeland. Eventually, a pure Japanese-style mansion came into view. It was the mansion of Satomi Yoshikage, president of the Satomi Alliance. Scary music. I'm going to assume that this is an old man. I could be incorrect if we get a character portrait or like an age. For now, I'm gonna assume old man. You did well to come so far. I am Satomi Yoshikage. It is an honor to have been granted an audience with you. I am the board chairman of the City 23 Society for the Mutual Aid of Japanese Countrymen. My name is Haibara Misaki. Rumor had it that he absolutely detested words from horizontal writing. She avoided introducing herself as the Madam of Primavera. Then, beyond the bamboo blinds, a stout, dignified-looking man sat, his shoulders shaking as he laughed heartily. A tense atmosphere enshrouded the Great Hall, which was lined with high-ranking members of the Satomi Alliance. I do believe you go by a different name whilst in Tokyo, yes? I cannot say I appreciate being pandered to in such a manner. Forgive me. Allow me to introduce myself again. I am Rose Haibara, Madam of the Primavera family. How saddening. To think that a young person born in Japan would go by a non-Japanese name. You just told her to tell you that. You just told her to tell you that. Don't you think your parents, the ones who put so much thought into giving you your name, would be saddened by this? No, I don't. They say his name symbolizes the body. However, that doesn't mean a name determines what a person really is. People obtain names that are well suited for their bodies. What we call ourselves and what we are called these days are trivial matters. My name can be given to me by my countrymen in the future and judged by whatever I accomplish. That is how little I care about the name I take while I still live. And the same thing goes for your name, Yoshikage. Oh? Since we're still alive, what name we go by now is a trivial matter. The question is what we will leave behind for future generations. The truly fitting name that we will all be given is the sum of all we leave behind. At this moment, where Japan lies defeated and our homeland is on the brink of destruction, old men who relax on their tatami mats while neglecting their countrymen will not be highly thought of by people in the future. Oh snap. The executives all muttered and stirred. This was clear provocation, after all. And then what of yourself? Can you accomplish something that will be spoken of by later generations? I desire nothing of the sort. I don't care if I disappear into the gaps of history. However, I want to become one link in the chain that leads our culture into the future. It seems you have some objections regarding my soy sauce business. I want to discuss the matter of distributing goods at reasonable prices. But you see, I can sell it for so much, yes? As Satomi spoke with a facetious air, his executives all laughed loudly. What's wrong with selling things for a high price if that's what they will sell for? When culture is taken out of the hands of the common man, it dies. If I sold it for cheap, I'd stand to lose much. So you don't care if Japan loses its soy sauce culture as a result? That won't be a problem while I'm still alive. Probably. In other words, you're willing to stuff our soy sauce culture into a coffin. To take something that ought to be passed down to the future and make it your own personal property. I cannot allow for such a thing to take place. Oh? Which means? To protect the culture of our future countrymen, I am prepared to go down in flames and take you with me. Rose? Careful, maybe?
What did you say?
The executive members of the Satomi Alliance all rose up and shouted.
Wayne dashed forward, glaring at the young executives, who were poised to leap towards them. However, Rose and Satomi remained silent as sparks flew across the bamboo blinds excuse me. Remained silent as sparks flew across the bamboo blinds between them. Be seated, all of you. Sit down. Get your asses on the floor. The president said sit. Sit down, now. With an angry roar like an earthquake, Satomi silenced everyone in the room in an instant. Reluctantly, still glaring at Rose's group, the executives on his side took their seats. Wayne also wiped away cold sweat, returned to his former position, and sat down. Every once in a while, Rose did things that were terrifyingly daring. Ever since she had gained confidence as the representative of City 23's underworld, she'd only grown more imposing. Once again, Wayne was astonished by the depths of the person he served.
That princess of yours has gotten pretty dignified, hasn't she?
Of course. She's the one who crushed your boss. Satomi slowly rose to his feet and passed through the bamboo blinds. His large body shook the tatami mats. Though he was old, thank you for confirming, he was still as imposing as a giant and had a dignity that made even Wayne gulp. Shall we take a short walk in the garden?
I would be happy to.
Give us some space, you all. Let's continue this discussion alone, shall we? Rose-san.
You stay here too, Lincoln.
This was the core of enemy territory. No matter what happened, the enemy could erase all traces of it. They could even kill all of Rose's group right here and simply claim that they had never arrived at the mansion. At Satomi's request, they put on sandals and disappeared beyond a grove of trees in the garden. Wayne could only clench his fists and pray for her safety. Rose-kun.
Yes, sir.
Guess what? You pass. Satomi laughed out loud, his large body shaking. Where had his threatening appearance gone to? He looked like a smiling, kindly old grandpa, reunited with his granddaughter after many years.
Satomi-san, are you really sure that was okay? Your executives looked really mad.
At that time, Wayne was witnessing something unbelievable. What is happening? As soon as Rose and Satomi disappeared into the garden, all of the executives turned to face Wayne and started clapping. What? Congrats! Looks like the old man's taking a liking to you. Damn, what a perv. He just loves hearing young girls scold him. Oh, I wish I hadn't had to read that out loud with my face. Good for him, I guess, question mark, I don't know. That's kind of fucked up. Still, she's got balls. Imagine someone that young going through that without getting scared. I see.
So that's why Kid Ag likes her so much. Okay, let's get some drinks out here. Come on, get it cleaned up. Kitchen's ready to go. Bring the food in now. Huh?
Did Miguel know the whole time? Yeah, he must have, because he's like with their group now, right?
Looks like you're still a kid. Couldn't you tell that they had no killing intent about them? What do you mean? What's so funny?
Groups of Nakai waitresses came in from beyond a sliding door, and in seconds, a drinking party was set up in the hall. It had all been a farce of Satomi's. Oh boy. Oh no. Here we go again. Satomi, who liked playing around with young girls, had simply wanted to play the underworld boss with Rose for a bit. I don't like that sentence that was in there.
And as to the soy sauce issue, sure thing, no problem. We've made enough bundles of cash off that luxury soy sauce anyway. I've got no problem with changing our business to a model the common man can afford.
Thank you very much. I'm sure everyone in Tokyo will be pleased.
Satomi and Rose had already hit it off over the phone. Only the stubborn Wayne had been totally unable to trust their partners, and had passed the tension he felt onto the other guards. Well, it made sense. Otherwise, no one would have let the kid guards like the wandering dogs come along for the ride. That's a good point. Richard had probably been happy to let Zell's group join the guards, because he knew that Satomi and Rose were already on good terms. Wayne didn't have a problem with it though, like he was totally willing for them to be there. See, he's just not ready to be a dad. He just ain't ready. It's gonna take like another decade or two at least.
However, even I'm no king. There's plenty in the works. What?
Okay, sentences go in straight lines, they don't go down. Note to self, note to self. Okay.
There's plenty in the soy sauce industry who take great pride in their work.
There's been a fair amount of like typos and little grammar issues in this episode, I feel like. Which is fine, because I don't think this translation ever got a second pass. Which is when you would, you know, take stuff like that out. I guess it would be a third pass, perhaps? I'm not sure. A lot less time went into translating this compared to Umineko. Just for clarity. That's what I mean. But man, some of it really throws me off when reading. Yeah, this is a fan translation by the same group who did the Manga Gamer translation of Umineko. But that translation of Umineko was, I think almost, let's see, I think basically every episode got 2 to 3 passes before the Manga Gamer release, and then it got another overhaul with the Manga Gamer release. So that's had like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 checks by multiple people, or stuff like typos, grammar errors, obviously overall translation. This in comparison, I think they only went back to like once each. I'm not entirely 100% sure. Yeah, so there's a bit of a quality difference there, but that's totally understandable given the difference in time spent on it, really. And yeah, Umineko was that translation was genuinely extremely good. Like, really good. I think in like the first 4 arcs, I noticed maybe 1 or 2 things. And it's not that different from the initial fan translation release of Umineko. So, yeah, they're a really good group, honestly. Like, if you consider that this is what, you know, they did after, what, 1 or 2 rounds of working on this? The fact that these are the only errors that we've run into is still, like, that's still huge. Like, they do a great job, genuinely. But yeah, every time there's like a word missing or there's like a letter too many, my brain just goes, wait a second, and it just grinds to a halt, and that's, yeah, that's a me problem. Anyway, all that to say, I stumble on this line a little bit. Grammar is important, yeah. At the same time, it's not everything, you know. But when it comes to like reading things out loud, it helps a lot. But hey, as long as you can sort of convey what you mean, you know, you don't need grammar for that, not really. But this is a different thing entirely compared to, you know, what makes translations good. For that, you kind of need grammar. Anyway. Hold on, I need some water. Oh, thank you for the save reminder. And there you go. For the water too, yeah. I appreciate it.
People usually don't act the way you'd like them to, after all.
I know, right? Nobody knows how hard we've got to work at this. I mean, come on.
Would you like to drop by our club one of these days? I think you'll be able to relax and chat about all sorts of things.
This guy, I don't like him. I want him to go away very quickly. I'm very glad that he doesn't have a character sprite, because that means that he's not going to be super relevant to the plot.
You know, I'm a tad particular about my tastes in girls.
I've already researched.
I'm struggling with the reading today, I'm sorry.
I've already researched your tastes.
Rose! What the fuck, Rose? Rose, come on.
I mean, I guess it's like part of your job, but don't make me say things like that. Don't make me say things like that. It's not me saying it, it's Rose. It's not me saying it, it's Rose. It's not me saying it, it's Rose. Okay.
Right round the middle and big where it counts. And something about liking girls with well-shaped butts.
You got me there.
Okay, can we go now? Can we go home now? Are we done? I don't think we're done yet. Afterwards, during the peaceful drinking party, they began to discuss details. First off, Satomi had no objections to the idea of putting soy sauce culture back into the hands of the common man. However, the soy sauce industry was showing opposition to this idea, since it would mean putting their distribution network back to square one. Don't say that. Don't say that. You should feel wrong for typing that. I'm glad you've seen the error of your ways. Even though it only went through luxury channels, their current system had only just been re-established after a long battle. So, this was the answer that Satomi had finally gotten out of them, after much convincing. Why don't we start with a little test?
A test?
Yes, that's right. Instead of doing it all at once, let's experiment with a small quantity for now. In other words, they would start with a small-scale deal and see where it went from there. A practical proposal. I'm certain that members of the soy sauce industry are starving for gratitude at the moment.
If soy sauce passes to the hands of the common man, and the industry hears everyone raising their voices in thanks.
Exactly. I'm sure the soy sauce workers would be ecstatic. And if that happens, I believe they will gladly approve of a plan to change their distribution patterns.
True. I think it's a good proposal.
Think of the aroma of soy sauce drifting down the path home from the town factory. Oh, I'm sure the Japanese won't be able to get enough of it.
I think it's the backdrop of our old homeland.
And if, when they drop by the store to buy dinner, they see delicious soy sauce lined up waiting for them,
I'm sure they'll all buy a lot.
I'll do what I can with the price. But it'll still end up being a bit more expensive than it used to, understand? Bringing it all the way back to pre-war prices would be asking a bit much.
I think everyone understands that. It might be a little expensive, but it's real soy sauce. I'm sure they won't choose that fake soy sauce with all its strange added chemicals, no matter how cheap it is.
Yes, that fake soy sauce really is awful. I hear it can make your tongue go numb or blind you. In the jungle after the war, a lot of particularly low-quality products made the rounds of Japan. This affected alcohol in particular, but the fake soy sauce was certainly one of those infamous products. If it was just soy sauce watered down, that wouldn't be so bad. But there were supposedly several strange chemicals introduced to it to make it taste plausible. Partly because of that, the city folk avoided soy sauce of unknown origins. Yeah, they really need some... Well, there's a reason there's no legislation or anything on that at the moment, because ain't nobody got time for that, but that's maybe something they should look into. You're totally right. Rosa thought that this was yet another reason for the distancing of soy sauce from her countrymen.
If real soy sauce is available to people, I think we'll be able to get rid of all the other stuff.
But of course, once you've had a taste of new soy sauce, fresh from the production facilities, you'll never forget it. In fact, I'd like to start things off by having you try it first with your own tongues. Here, have some fresh fruits of the sea, recently brought in from Choshi Harbor.
Wow, incredible. Let's eat.
Huh? Can we? Do we get to eat too? Calm down, fool. Who would eat in the enemy camp?
I'll bet we can. If we didn't eat after hearing that, it'd actually be rude, right? Wow, that taste takes me back. You're right. Sweet, it's real soy sauce.
You people are so incautious. Even you, Zen.
Look, even Wayne-san's signaling that it's okay to eat.
With a sour expression on his face, Wayne signaled for them to go ahead. By now, The young executives of the Satomi Alliance were bright and cheery and trying to talk to Wing. Only he remained in stiff guard mode, refusing all drinks and snacks.
You see, I have to apologize to you, Rose-chan.
For what?
When I first heard what you had to say, I derided you, thinking you were a little girl nobody.
That's understandable.
All that talk about assaulting the Caleb family with just 7 people and defeating Kid Eiji-kun one-on-one, it seemed a little too fantastical to be true.
It was only natural. It was a bit hard to believe that the tyrant Caleb had been defeated by a little girl. She's a grown-ass woman, okay? Jesus. Calm down. At the very least, Satomi hadn't given Rose any credibility until he'd heard about it from Caleb himself. Before, he had believed that Rose was being used as a mere figurehead by some Chinatown or American mafia group. After leaving City 23, Caleb hid himself in Chiba. Of course, Satomi heard of this immediately. Satomi had intended to have Caleb as his guest, hoping the man could serve as a commander if there was ever a chance to invade City 23. Then, through talking with Caleb, he heard about Primavera and Madame Rose. He learned about the ideals Madame Rose was expressing and the resolve she had taken when she rose up. It was thanks to Caleb taking the role of young Rose's guardian that President Satomi had acknowledged her as a partner on the same level.
It sounds like Kid Eiji-kun's taken a real liking to you.
It's because we're people who share the same goals. His methods were rash, but his power may have been necessary to break the earth in a desolate land. He made use of the money he collected to buy the special offers windows.
By absorbing the Caleb family, Primavera had also absorbed all its assets. Of course, some of the bosses had apparently tried to snatch a few of those assets and make a run for it, but the loyal Miguel had acted as a strict guard for their safe until the end. Then, because Richard managed to secure those assets immediately, nearly all of the money passed into Primavera's hands. That money was the sum of all that Caleb had dirtied his hands to scrape together. If he hadn't, then no matter how great Don McDowell's generosity might have been, Primavera would never have been able to purchase the special offers window so quickly.
If I'm the mother of the high-wage utopia that our city folk now praise,
Push me to deal with the thing. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Oh well.
then Caleb's son is its father.
That's kind of weird, Rose, to be saying. That's kind of weird.
Indeed. A father whose existence can never be revealed.
What do you mean, wait? Apparently they're the parents of City 23 in its current form, yeah. I guess in a sense that is true, like, they really changed the landscape there together. God damn it. It would be a very big baby, you're not wrong. Anyway.
Isn't that just how life is for us residents of the criminal underworld? We live and die by our convictions. Leaving one's name behind in history is a privilege exclusive to people who live in the sunlight. We abandoned that privilege in exchange for the power to realize our ideals.
Caleb had been a tyrant. He had caused many acts of violence, bringing misfortune to crowds of people. That much would probably be written into history. However, there was also the massive sum of money he had gathered. Without that, Rose wouldn't have been able to make her ideals come true this successfully. Publicly, no one would be able to approve of what he did. However, on a personal level, I have a thought as the one who stands at the peak of City 23's underworld. He stained his hands with the blood of many people through his barbarous acts. By now, they're probably being recorded as the barbarism of the tyrant who nearly destroyed City 23. But 100 years from now, it's possible that another side of his barbarism will be fully appreciated. You say that, but I don't think that's how that works. And historically, I don't think that's how that has gone, necessarily. Like, the fact that he had gathered a lot of money is ultimately just kind of lucky, because his methods were unhinged. And he did really, really bad things, and that could have backfired spectacularly. And it was kind of lucky. Yeah. Or maybe it's like more like the story will change over time, but like I still don't think that's how that works really, because A, the ends don't justify the means. Duh. B, all the money has done is speed the process up, right? So the change happened faster. That doesn't mean the change was impossible. So it's not like you needed that or else nothing at all would have happened. Rose's way, like if Caleb had supported Rose from the beginning, and they'd worked together, without doing all the crazy, unhinged, horrible shit, I think it would have gone equally fast. So you can't just be like, oh well, the end result was good actually because we got money. Like, well, maybe if the money hadn't been there, you would have found other ways to get money quickly. By, I don't know, working together with people, like, there would have been other ways. This wasn't like some desperate I have no other choice kind of deal. Not in the slightest. People died, you know? I don't know. I don't like that. But that's just me. I don't know. I mean, this is my channel. I get to say what I want. Like, I'm glad he gets to like sit down and think about what he did and acknowledge that Rose's plan is better, and since her plan is better and you know, she's actually sticking to her ideals and doing great, by that logic, that means that his own plan was shit and he shouldn't have done it, and I hope he feels really bad about it. We haven't really I wouldn't even call this like a redemption arc or something, because he doesn't seem to, like, we haven't had any hints that he feels bad about anything he did, right? Maybe we'll get some later, who knows? But like, I forgot I forgot the end of the sentence that I was trying to say again. Because a whole paragraph came out during the sentence that I wanted to say. Oh, it's Rambletown today. Oh well. I think my point is, Caleb did bad, and that should be acknowledged, and any good that came of the bad is tainted by virtue of all the bad things he did. And if someone then takes the, like, say the money, and does something good with it, that doesn't erase the bad, or make the, like, justify the bad. It does not. It just means that you did something good with it. That's all that means. I don't know. Anyway, Satomi he was talking and I interrupted him. Let our countrymen in the future judge our accomplishments. Our names while we live are worth hardly everything. Anything, surely. Was it? Yes, that sounds like a nice way to live. Now you've got me wanting what? Now you've got me wanting to receive the approval of our countrymen in the future. Maybe I'll call the soy sauce we sent to Tokyo Satomi soy sauce.
Sounds like a great plan to me.
Then we'll need some promotional posters, won't we? I imagine we'd sell like crazy if we had a poster of you in a bathing suit holding a bottle.
We'll be sure to find a prettier girl than me for that, so I hope you'll forgive me if I pass.
This man leave already? Can this man leave already? Can this man leave, please? I should stop rambling because then we'll get to the part where he's gone quicker. I want to see you in a bikini. Oh shit.
Hey, old man. Don't push it.
Alright. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I take it back. Is that... Can he leave? He needs go. He needs to be go. I don't want to say this with my mouth. Or I don't want to say this. This is a really old man, I guess. Ah, the soft hand of a girl younger than my granddaughter. Simply divine. Creep. Why are you smiling? I feel like Wayne's reaction is the only valid one here. Okay, is he gone now? Please be gone now. Oh, thank fuck. Okay, he's gone. Never to be seen or heard from again. Perfect. Just the way I like it.
Oh, welcome back. You're back surprisingly early.
Seeing that you've come back alive, I'm guessing everything went pretty well. Wait, two of those three villains, Satomi, Caleb, Kareiji, two of those are the same person. Which, I mean, yeah, those have been the main villains so far, I guess, because Alfred's barely like a thing, you know? He was kind of a threat, actually. He was kind of a legit threat for a while, and then he got really silly, and yeah. I wouldn't say Satomi's a threat to anyone in the story. He's a threat to me on a personal level. In that sense, he's a villain. Oops. I also scrolled on accident.
That's right. Thanks to your groundwork, he didn't treat me like a little girl.
Yeah, I mean... Okay. Of course not. We fought each other one-on-one. If he treated you like a little girl, where'd that leave me?
Shall we make a toast? Rose, you like Western alcohol more than sake, right? It's true.
Sure, I'll make you a drink. From me, Father Caleb, to Rose, to the growth of City 23. He's still calling himself Father Caleb, huh?
Then I'll have a whiskey and amaretto cocktail. No, you'd better replace the whiskey with vodka.
I see. A perfect match for Mother Rose. Oh god, they're actually sticking to their parents. They're sticking to that narrative, okay. Don't like that. It's uncomfortable.
Is it peaceful in City 23?
Without you, anywhere is peaceful.
True enough.
Cat, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't. I mean, yes, but don't say that. I've got no desire to get friendly with you. Go away. I'm busy guarding.
Oh, I thought you were just standing there with a blank look on your face.
I'm glaring at all the other customers.
Oh, is that so? You're pretty awesome, Winku.
Wow. I didn't think it'd be a lot more tense around the Satomi Alliance.
I never imagined they'd give us such a big welcome. The criminal underworld has a dark image, full of threats and pain. But I guess the most important thing is peace between people. Only punks fight all the time. Men have got to be samurai. Samurai don't take their swords out until shit gets real. True. Really strong men never take their swords out until the proper time comes.
It's a good lesson. I should change the way I think.
It'd be cool to be calm and nihilistic all the time, but kick butt whenever you get serious. Woo! That's just what I'd like to be.
Partly because of the recent success during the conference with President Satomi, the mood throughout the bar was peaceful. As midnight approached, the bar was filled with a cheery bustle of customers. Who could possibly notice a few men with killing intent flipping into such a cheery din? Probably several people in the room, don't worry about it too much. You totally let their guards down. We'll do it here. We'll slip out when it's still crazy. Yeah, Wayne's still paying attention. Miguel's there, he can like smell them probably. Oh, there's psychos around? Fuck yeah, you know, that kind of vibe.
You made too many enemies, Madame Rose.
You guys, stay close to the entrance. You, come from that other corner. You, shoot from that angle. The leader drew a map on the table with a wet finger, showing them their angles to attack from. By attacking from multiple angles, they plan to have no blind spots, letting them finish their job with certainty. Also, we have Zell in the room, and she's like Miguel level unhinged, I would say. Like, I think she could match Miguel if needed. Which is a lot.
We gonna take out Madame Rose? That's enough.
And the moment you see her dancing with a spurted blood, make a run for it. You've got the car engine started, right? Of course. Okay, let's do it. The men all rose from their seats at once. Oh, and Xiaolan's there. In the seat immediately behind them was a small girl. As Xiaolan watched the hitmen leave, she stared and stared at Zell's profile. Her expressionless gaze seemed to be glaring, or maybe watching intently. She just stared, with Zell's every movement reflected in her eyes. Zell felt that gaze and looked around uncomfortably. Then, the two pairs of eyes met. Separated by several tables and guests, Zell's and Xiaolan's eyes met. Huh? Finally, Zell realized that the girl was staring at her. She had no idea why she was being stared at. The girl's mouth seemed to be moving, but she couldn't hear what it was in this tumult of noise. Who are you?
Zell? Zell? What's wrong?
The hitmen reached their positions. They removed the safeties from the handguns in their pockets. The leader would give the signal. The other waited for the signal to attack. The crowd of customers getting in the way flowed and split. Let's do it. The leader gave an exaggerated nod, and the next instant, all the hitmen had drawn their guns. Yo! At the exact same moment, one was kicked away, one was held down, one had his arms pinned behind him, and one was grabbed by the arms. The members of the Wandering Dogs were sticking to the backs of 4 hitmen.
These people have guns! What do you think you're doing, little girl?
We've had you marked the whole time.
Charles's nose told us you were suspicious.
I guess it wasn't Miguel sniffing him out. Charles's sense of smell was as sharp as an animal's. It had immediately told him that these people didn't smell like residents of this town.
You don't smell like the sea. Damn brats. Let go!
The hitmen weren't so weak that mere children could keep them pinned down. They each knocked the members of Zell's team away, but their sneak attack had been completely spoiled. Uh-oh, it's fight time. Or not yet?
Enemies?
Rosa, get down. Madame Rose, your life is ours. Uh-oh.
You know, can't let you run wild on Satomi Alliance turf.
The sudden gunfire started a panic among the customers. They stumbled to the ground and fought each other to get out of the bar. The remaining hitmen timidly raised their hands. However, as they did, several men could be seen dashing into the bar, the opposite direction from the retreating customers. They were all holding machine guns. Surely, they had planned to jump in if the sneak attack had gone off poorly. Oh. Well, I thought maybe it was Rose's guards, but nope.
Everyone, get cover.
Kill them all!
It seems you're quite unpopular.
Oh, that's the opposite of what you said.
It seems you're quite popular. It's an unpleasant job. I wish I could retire too.
Rosa, get behind the counter.
It's been so long since I smelled gunpowder. Now I'm all excited.
Oh my god, I'm actually controlling Miguel now.
Oh.
I got greedy for the points. Wayne got shot at the end.
Is it just me, or is your shooting arm better? You've just gotten worse.
Enough clowning around. Get your heads behind cover. Where's Madame Rose hiding? Damn, these guys making it difficult.
She's got to be behind the counter still. Fire like crazy and tear the counter apart. Like we'd let you. Okay, Zell. We won't let it get to this side.
Let's go, wandering dogs.
Yeah, nice going, guys.
Damn brats. Stop darting around. My score's not gonna be good for this one, I can feel it.
Ooh. Your midgets aren't bad, Wayne.
That's enough, you guys. Get cover. Ignore the brats. Just focus on Madame Rose.
We'll tear through the whole store. Counter, drink racks, walls and all. Any idea who they are?
You're so
So many possibilities, I have no clue.
You wouldn't be a real evil mastermind if it were any other way.
It's about time we finish this. If it gets any worse, it'll be trouble for the bar.
Well, I am employed as a bartender here after all. Better not get kicked out of my new workplace. Rose pulled a gun out of her pocket. She moved with a practiced motion, the gun familiar in her hand. It seemed she still hadn't let up on her training. Caleb moved his hands beneath the counter. When a heavy-looking machine gun peeked out from there, he grinned.
Wayne-kun, we're fighting back.
Got it, Rose-san.
Looks like business is booming tonight. A nice buffet.
Yup, it's all you can eat. Let's go. Oh my god. Okay, this is very cool. He's wearing the Boy King outfit in that shot. Which kind of implies that he put it back on just for this fight scene. Which is very funny. What's up with this bar? Why are they so heavily armed?
Seen that bartender somewhere?
No.
It's crazy. He's dead. And there's no one who'd wear a crazy outfit like that. Except Miguel.
Your resemblance is obviously a coincidence. If it weren't, and you noticed, we couldn't be able to let you escape here alive, yes?
Ooh, that was close.
This bar is a trap. They knew we were coming. Retreat. They'll take us all out.
Won't hurt to feed him one of these babies first. One of the men took a hand grenade out of his pocket. One of those used by the old Japanese army. When the bar was packed with people, the guests would get in the way, making grenades impractical. However, by now, he would be capable of wielding a deadly force. The moment he tried to put his finger through the pin, the grenade was knocked away. A sharp strike of a marble smashed his fingernail.
You won't get away with that so easily.
Oh? Another close one.
Yes.
I can relax now. With even grenades, their big chance of a turnaround, denied to them, the hitmen realized that they've been repelled completely.
Retreat! Retreat! We failed!
Madam Rose, there's still lots of people who want you dead. Don't forget it.
Moron. Like we've got the time to remember each and every one of you. Right?
No, I won't forget. Neither will I forget the ideals I must defend despite it all.
The hitmen raced each other to get into several cars, then drove away at full speed. Miguel dashed out, attempting to fill their cars with even more bullets, but Caleb stopped him. That's enough, Miguel. Any more and we disturb the neighbors.
Didn't get to shoot nearly enough.
Isn't it part of your job to prevent needless gunfire in Chiba?
What ticks me off is that you had to fire your gun.
Inside the barn, the storm had passed, and silence had returned. The aftermath of the rain of bullets had puddles of glass covering the floor. A muddle of several alcoholic drinks had spread across the entire floor, making the whole room smell like booze. That mouth-watering aroma felt comforting for some reason. We're gonna have to clean this up, aren't we?
Of course. Here's a broom. Oh, I'll help too. It's sort of my fault, after all.
You might say that. Okay, let's clean up together. Rose-san, it's still dangerous here. Shouldn't we hurry up and leave?
They won't come again. We can't just leave this place as it is now, can we?
Here's a broom for you too, Wayne. Are you planning to make Rose do all the work?
Oh, we'll help too.
Wayne-san, we'll do the cleaning.
No, I'll do it. Come on, Wayne-kun. Why so down?
He doesn't like those kids stealing his spotlight. That kid used his nose to sniff out an outsider. Nice going, kid. If you want to live in the underworld, you'll need those animal instincts.
Well, awesome, Charles. You just got complimented by Father Caleb.
Those kids are from Wayne's group, aren't they? Shouldn't you praise them a bit more instead of sulking around? You get some credit for their accomplishments, since you were the one who decided to bring them along.
That's right. Thanks for bringing such reliable kids, Wayne-kun.
It looks like you've got an annoying job too now.
Shut up. Wandering dogs. Well done. You have my praise. What? Is that all? Shut up. I've got no need to listen to your orders. Oliver, Charles, Nina, and Zell too. You did great. Compared to that, I screwed up. I acknowledge you as full adults, but they're still minors, Wayne. You can't just do that. Really? Aniki Wayne.
Thank you so much, Wayne-san.
Alright. Great going, everyone. You've finally gotten Wayne-san's approval.
But they had it last time, right? I don't want to live in a world where Wayne's word is the law.
It's all thanks to you, Zell.
Because we did what you said, fortune came our way.
You're our goddess of fortune.
Even Wayne's clumsy praise sent the wandering dogs jumping around joyfully.
Okay, everyone. Our job as wandering dogs isn't over yet. We can't make the big boss do the cleaning.
Such spirited children. As long as there are brats like that, I'm not too worried about City 23's future.
Yeah. I also want to give it my all to protect their smiles.
That's what I want to know. What happened to Mooncake Girl? I thought maybe we were gonna see like some dark alley just now, and then she was lurking there, but no. It took until midnight, but they managed to finish the big cleanup. The counter and several tables were literally honeycombed. The drink rack was also a pitiful sight, but once they cleaned it up, the number of damaged bottles was surprisingly small. The table might be a honeycomb when shot 10 times, but it only takes cleaning up 10 drink bottles to fix that.
I think even the holes in the counter could be hidden with a few decorations. Even the hotel we had our showdown in was fine after a half-year of renovations.
A half year of renovations is a lot, Rose. That's a lot. That is a word I love. Well, no, I love bees. That's different. We really messed that place up, didn't we?
Though we did end up spending a lot of money on it. All because someone decided to shoot the whole place up with machine guns.
They're very chill about this, but I think the only way you can get over a confrontation like that is to just joke about it. Because what else can you do, you know? You kids, could you help out a bit? You must be hungry cleaning up until this late at night.
Oh, yes, I'll help. I'm starving. Come on, Charlesy, you help too.
Hey, we're moving this sofa. Take that in. After somehow managing to straighten up the bar, they gathered up the tables and chairs and set out the surviving bottles and snacks.
Should I stick around too?
Of course. You get over here too, Wayne.
Don't act so friendly with me. You aren't my boss.
Jesus Christ, Wayne. Wayne, read the room, man. This is just what he's like. You know, for someone who is all about like wolves and dogs, Wayne acts like a cat 24/7.
Wayne-kun, come over here. Tonight, let's forget about friends and foes. And anyway, Caleb-san and Miguel-san aren't enemies anymore. Yeah, I'm no enemy. Stop laughing like a creep right behind Rose-san's back. Come on, wandering dogs, sit.
You know, like dogs. Yes, sir, Wayne-san.
We are just little brats. We wouldn't try to snatch some food unless you gave us permission. That's not really something to brag about. Madam Rose, we're all here. Good work, everyone. It seems we ran into a tough spot, but just like usual, we managed to make it through. How tough you've grown. You can't manage anything in this world if you aren't tough. So, shall we all make a toast?
To the Queen of City 23.
To the future of City 23.
Oh my god. Anyway.
To our beloved Caleb. To our beloved Madam Rose.
Hey, wait. You're all underage, aren't you? You just said they were adults, Wayne.
Don't worry, Aniki. Ours aren't alcoholic. They're just strange drinks that happen to resemble alcohol. After all, it's not good to drive drunk.
What's happening? Underage people shouldn't drink. We won't break Wayne-san's rules, but he just said that you were adults, so the rules have changed. We're the Wandering Dogs, a Primavera crew, swearing loyalty to Madame Rose and Wayne-san.
Then I'll make a toast to all of the Wandering Dogs. Thanks so much for what you did back there. I owe my life to you all. Cheers!
Glasses clinked together, and the night progressed cheerfully. And it is 10 p.m., and that's where I'll have to call it, I'm afraid. I was hoping we'd get a nice sort of scene change to end on, but no, didn't happen. But I do have to stop here, so more next week. I genuinely thought maybe we'd be finishing up today, but no, we've got another week. But I'm on schedule again, so that's just gonna be 1 week from now. The VOD is going to be uploaded ASAP, and man, what a good episode though. I'm excited to see where this goes, because I don't know how this season is gonna end. We're definitely coming up on season end. I have no idea what's gonna happen. This makes no sense. I thought the assassins were gonna be the big, oh no, something's gonna go wrong kinda, you know? But no. How strange. Unless the season is not going to end up on a dramatic cliffhanger, that's so wild. We'll just have to keep going to find out. That's all I got right now. I don't know, but yeah, good episode. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually have an appointment to be at in a bit, so I'm gonna try to wrap up a little quicker than usual. Always, that's good to know. Also, shout out to all the bots that were present today. Please don't be present. No bots, please, thank you. I know it's gonna happen no matter what, but consider not being a bot, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that's how that works. If you're new here and you aren't a bot, welcome. Thank you for being here. My actual, the thing that tells me when followers happen and stuff broke, so I didn't actually notice until it was way too late. But I appreciate you being here, as long as you're not a bot. I also just lost my activity feed. Here we go. But yeah, I'll have to get on that being getting something to shout out the new people. So I know. That's a thing for future me. That's not for current me to worry about. It's definitely not a thing for you to worry about. Just trust that it'll be fixed at some point by me. Future me, not current me. Alright. Like I said, we'll be back next week with more Rose Guns Days. Oh, Future Sam is always busy. My whole thing at this point. Wouldn't have it any other way. I get bored easily, so being busy is good. Yeah, no. Back next week with more. VOD will be up ASAP. I will hopefully never forget to save them again, so we won't have any weird rereads with Iggy. But I mean, if it happens again, at least I have a plan now. It's not gonna happen again, I promise. And with all that said, all that is left is for me to wish you a good evening, a good day, a good night, a good week, a good general timeline. Yeah, and a good yesterday too. I'll see you again soon, and thank you as always for watching. Bye bye.